question about the defensive line. On that 4th and 1 play in the fourth quarter, it seemed like C.J. Person, who was playing on an end, absolutely took out Penn State's left tackle, and that really opened up the gap for Cam Jones to shoot in there.
Yeah.
How much versatility does he give you at defensive end? A guy who's like 290 pounds can play on that edge. It seemed like you guys had a lot of packages with him there.
Yeah, so really excited just about the way we're able to package our defense right now based off the personnel grouping that's out there on the field. When they get into some heavier formations, CJ has been our defensive end. I thought in the goal line package that we had, as well as some of that 12 personnel heavier package as well. Really excited about a young player in him, just the physicality that he brings out there at the point of attack. A couple times he beat up some tight ends pretty good, some good tight ends, and a couple of times he wore a couple tackles out. And that was one, he wore that tackle, who's a good football player in my opinion, and CJ got the best of him on a 4th down stop to allow C4 to kind of fall right back in there and knock the crap out of that dude. The other deal was, James Miller, they came on a split zone right back across, and that tight end got his neck knocked back as well. So just the physicality of our defense in some of those critical moments was extremely exciting from my perspective.
Tom Brewer, then Bob Kravitz.
Kane, I asked Nick this question, and I'll sort of ask the same of you if you don't mind. How do you go about evaluating the job that you did during the course of a game like that? And what, if anything, did you see Saturday that surprised you, good or bad?
Well, I thought, when we talked about this last week, I thought Coach Soraka did a great job of evaluating his personnel and trying to find creative ways to get his guys the ball, particularly number 87. I thought they were schematically built to try to get him the ball in different situations, some things that we had to adjust to. In the first series, they showed some gap schemes that we had never seen. They hadn't run in Minnesota for 2 years, and I think even going back to his Western Michigan days. So he pulled that one out of the way back in the closet, and I thought we did a great job of adjusting it. To be honest with you, I thought I called the game aggressive. I called it to win. You got to take some chances to win big games, and I thought we did that up until the last 3 minutes of the game. And we gave up a big play at the very end that was inexcusable, and it was my fault. I put us in a bad situation schematically in that, and I got to do a better job for our players to give them a chance to go win us the football game. And I didn't think I did that on that call particularly. So to me, when you look at a great defense, great defenses find a way to make the kill at the end. And we use the analogy of a wolf pack and how they hunt, but they only get rewarded if they can make the kill. And you go look at Tennessee in the bowl game, you go look at this game, with 3 minutes and 3 seconds left to go in the game, we were up 20-14. We got to learn how to make a kill, and myself included, in terms of how we finish.
Bob Kravitz and Stefan.
Kane, we've all seen the video of the post-game locker room. I wonder, what's it like to be in there at that moment, and what do you think of Tom Allen's crowd surfing expertise?
I was hoping they wouldn't drop him personally, but locker rooms, I grew up in locker rooms like that, and my whole life, and seen some somber ones, but been around a whole lot of great ones and exciting ones. And there's just a feeling when a group of men are committed to something, work so hard for something, in one moment to be rewarded for all that work and effort, that's euphoric in a way. And to me, to get to celebrate, as I get older and as I've done this more and more, a celebrated locker room is truly a sacred thing, and it's important, and it's important we do it, and we do it well. I thought we did it well on Saturday, and we celebrated well together. It's a chance to celebrate. It's a chance to reward each other, ourselves, a chance to just really kind of hug each other's neck and be able to say, a job well done. And that was a special thing to be able to do.
Thanks.
Stefan, then Paul Gable.
Kane, I noticed Saturday you had the Dickens boys light blue on. I mean, where did the decision come from to wear that? And I guess how fitting was it that the defense had that type of performance?
Well, I got tired of being made fun of with the highlighter yellow and orange and all that stuff was half the deal. A year ago we came up with the idea, Mitch and I, our head of equipment, of putting me in like one of the soccer jersey as like a goalie uniform. And at the idea, I thought it was a pretty cool deal, But this year I was like, you know what, let me do something. Let me figure something else out. And in our defensive staff room, right next to the door, is one of the original blue jerseys of Coach Dickens, and then a picture of him. So I asked Mark Deal, who knows all things Indiana, about it. And he told me the story. And I thought, you know what an awesome way to contribute and kind of pay homage to some great times in Indiana's history and a really kind of a neat story. So to all the Dickens boys out there, I think it's I'm very proud to wear that in honor of Coach Dickens and his players.
Paul Gable, then Matt Weaver.
Hey, Coach, congratulations.
Thanks, brother.
When you look at Rutgers on film with their grad transfer at quarterback, what are some things that stand out to you, and how different do they look offensively compared to years past?
Different. I think their offensive coordinator is a guy I've known about for a couple of years now. Certainly, I think he is an up-and-coming coach who has a great mind, what he was able to do at Princeton, and then obviously the success that they have year in and year out at Oklahoma State offensively. I think that schematically he put his players in position to win the football game on Saturday. They executed well. Noah Vedral, in my opinion, is a good quarterback. He's a dynamic runner, and I think that he executed their passing game very well. So I'm sure there's always more that you can look for and want. But for a first game with a new team on limited time to prepare, I thought they did an excellent job. And I think Noah gives them a passing threat that, in the last couple of years here they haven't had.
And then one follow-up, you guys didn't get a lot of tackling work in fall camp. How pleased were you with the job that you guys did tackling, considering it was the first time going against somebody in a different jersey?
Yeah, I was pleased. I think we ended up having like 8 missed tackles for somewhere like 40 yards, but it just came off the one big run from the quarterback primarily. Outside of that, the fundamentals of what we asked to do, there were teach tape tackles in the game, which is exciting to be able to see those things show up, the things that you actually work and you can watch a drill show up on game day. Those are exciting things for me as a coordinator, and certainly pleased with the way that we tackled pretty much throughout the game.
Matt Weaver, then Kevin Brockway.
Hey, Coach, how you doing?
Hey, what's up, man?
You mentioned the quarterback run. I know that was a point of emphasis, and you guys against the run game did a good job, but obviously he hurt you a little bit with his legs. What kind of things happened there, and going forward, what changes do you need to make, or what things, is it just better execution, or some things you can do scheme wise to kind of contain the quarterback more?
I think both. We got to look at both. The first, to me, I thought we did a pretty nice job in some of the run game stuff. We knew that we were going to be a little bit lighter schematically to defend some of their vertical RPO game. I thought we did a good job of holding off RPOs. When they did try to throw them, we made them pay, and that's what we said all week long, is when they do attempt one or two, we got to make them pay. And Monster, they came across the middle on one, and he got a hold of, I can't remember the guy, but once you show that and you put that out there, that makes the coordinator, receivers, and the quarterback think twice about throwing those. But we were schematically built to kind of eliminate their big passing game and the RPOs and their play actions. So some things that we need to, adjust schematically as we move forward. as well as I think fundamentally in some of the zone read fits and the quarterback draw. We got to do a better job from an execution standpoint fundamentally. And I think that's important as we move into this week. I think this quarterback can hurt you with his feet as well as his arm.
Kevin Brockway. Kevin, you're muted.
Yeah, Coach. Jamar was named co-defensive player of the week this week. Did he, obviously the move to safety made some big plays. Did he perform pretty much as you expected in that role in the first game action?
He did. He did. He is a very savvy football player. He played a ton of snaps. I think he played over 80 snaps in the game, which is way too much. And we got to make sure that we evaluate that and the way that we get guys in. But I thought he gave a ton of great effort. One play, the quarterback run for a touchdown, he went for the ball instead of a tackle, which is an unacceptable situation for us to do in that moment. But he will learn from it and continue to get better. But that being said, I just think Jamar Johnson is a football player, and he is a very instinctive playmaker that can get around the ball. And when he does, he typically gets it out one way or another. And so thought he was productive as a tackler as well. We got to get playmakers around the ball. And I think that free safety position is well suited for his skill set.
All right, two more, Tom Brew, then John Blau.
Kane, you've known Tom Allen for a long time. And during his post-game thing, he had mentioned how he has been mocked and made fun of for his beliefs on what this program can be. Can you talk to me personally about what it meant to you to see him so enjoy Saturday in the result of beating a top 10 team for the first time in your lifetime?
Yeah, you're going to get me teary-eyed, Tom. I to be honest with you, I mean, it just it always means a lot as a team, right? When you prepare and you work hard and you believe in what you're doing, but to do it for someone in my role for Tom Allen just means a little bit more. And Tom is a special man, and he is a genuine person that believes in this football team. He believes in this coaching staff. He holds us to a very high standard on and off the field, and to be able to be rewarded as the head coach for his relentless nature was a special thing. Again, I mean, I know good things happen to good people and bad things happen to good people, but boy, when good things happen to good people, it's something to be celebrated. And that's certainly the case for Tom Allen.
We'll wrap up with John Blau.
I know I asked the question about CJ Person earlier, but just the physicality of the defensive line in general, like Sionofo, DeMarcus, all of those guys. You talked about it coming into the game. I mean, how much did you see that from them, I guess, in this game against Penn State?
So I thought in the run game, the physicality that we played with up front was very exciting, and it was rewarding. Rewarding to those players, rewarding to Kevin Peoples, who has worked his tail off to get these guys to play at a fever pitch from a physicality standpoint. Great use of their hands, got off blocks, and at times just truly whipped a man in front of them against a very good offensive line in Penn State. Penn State was more physical. They came in with a more physical mindset than they were a year ago. And we bowed our neck and knocked them back most of the night, which was very exciting for us. We've got to continue to do that. We got to do a better job in our pass rush. We let the quarterback off the hook way too much. That's on me. That's on Coach Peeps. That's on the players. But from a physicality in the run game, very excited about the violence of our defense right now.